Why do professional lo-fi mixes often feel open, spacious and effortless, while your mixes feel cramped even with similar sounds? The answer isn't always better samples or plugins. It's often about understanding how to use stereo space effectively. Today you'll learn how width can instantly make your tracks feel larger and more engaging.
You're listening to the Lofi Music Academy podcast, your go-to space for all things lo-fi. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of lo-fi music production.
Hi, and welcome to the Lofi Music Academy podcast. I'm Spencer J, your guide through the chilled out, atmospheric world of lo-fi beats. Have you ever listened to your lo-fi beat and thought, why does this sound so small? The melody sounds good, the drums hit nicely, and the mix is balanced, but somehow the track feels trapped, like everything is fighting for the same space, like all the sounds are sitting directly on top of each other. If you've ever experienced that before, then you're not alone. One of the biggest differences between amateur and professional mixes isn't necessarily better sounds, it's better use of space. Professional mixes often feel open, wide, immersive. They seem to surround the listener instead of simply playing in front of them. And one of the tools that helps create that feeling is stereo width. Today we're exploring how stereo width creates space, why some mixes feel narrow, and how a few simple adjustments can make your lo-fi beats feel larger, more engaging, and more immersive. Because sometimes the problem isn't what you're hearing, it's where you're hearing it. When most producers think about mixing, they focus on volume. Is the piano too loud? Are the drums too quiet? Does the bass sit correctly? But there's another dimension that often gets overlooked: position. Imagine you're arranging a furniture in a small room. If everything sits in the centre, the room feels crowded. But when objects are spread out thoughtfully, the room feels much larger. And the same principle applies to music. Every sound occupies a position within the stereo field. Some sounds sit in the centre, some lean to the left, some lean to the right. And the way those sounds are distributed has a huge impact on how spacious your mix feels. Stereo width isn't about making sounds louder, it's about giving them room to exist. And when sounds have room to breathe, the entire mix feels more open. One of the most common reasons a mix feels small is because too many sounds occupy the same location. Everything sits dead centre. The piano is centred, the chords are centred, the textures are centred, even the ambient layers are in the centre. And as a result, the mix feels crowded, not because there are too many sounds, but because there isn't enough separation. This is especially common in lo-fi production, because many producers intentionally keep arrangements simple. And the simplicity itself isn't the issue is distribution. When every element shares the same position, the listener's brain perceives less space, less depth, and less immersion. The good news is that creating width often doesn't require adding anything new. Sometimes it's simply moving existing elements into different parts of the stereo field. And that small change can completely transform how a track feels. One of the most important concepts in mixing is contrast, because width only feels wide when something else feels narrow. Imagine a movie screen. If everything occupies the entire screen all the time, nothing feels large. The impact totally disappears. The same principle applies to stereo width. Not every sound should be wide. In fact, some of the most important sounds in your mix should remain centred: the kick, the bass, and often the snare. These elements provide the stability. They create an anchor for the listener. Then other sounds can expand outward around them: pads, textures, ambient layers, and certain melodies. This contrast between narrow and wide creates a sense of scale, and scale is one of the things that makes a professional mix feel more immersive. One mistake many producers make is widening everything. At first it sounds exciting, the mix suddenly feels huge, everything spreads outward, everything feels bigger. But after a while problems start appearing, the centre becomes weak, important sounds lose focus, and the mix begins feeling unfocused rather than spacious. And this is why width should be treated as a creative decision and not a default setting. The goal isn't maximum width, the goal is intentional width. You want certain elements to feel expansive, you want others to feel grounded, and that balance creates clarity. And clarity is just as important as space. A wide mix without focus can feel just as problematic as a narrow mix without space. The best mixes achieve both. One of the best questions you can ask while mixing is, what role does this sound play? If it's a foundational element like a kick or a bass, it may benefit from staying centred. If it's a supporting texture, perhaps it can live further out in the stereo field. If it's an atmospheric layer, maybe it can become one of the widest sounds in the mix. Thinking this way turns stereo width into a storytelling tool. The listener isn't just hearing sounds, they're experiencing an environment. Some elements feel close, some feel distant, some feel focused, some feel expansive. And together they create a three-dimensional experience. This is one of the reasons professional lo-fi tracks often feel larger than a number of instruments would suggest. They're not necessarily using more sounds, they're simply using space more effectively. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this episode, it's this. Stereo width isn't about making your mix bigger. It's about making your mix breathe. It creates separation. It creates contrast. It creates space. And that space allows every element in your track to feel more comfortable and more intentional. So next time your beat feels small, don't immediately reach for more instruments or more layers. Ask yourself, does every sound really need to live in the same place? Because often the solution isn't adding more, it's creating room. And in the next episode, we'll explore creative stereo width techniques that can help your lo-fi beats feel wider, deeper, and more immersive without sacrificing clarity. Because great mixes aren't just built with sounds, they're built with space. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing it with fellow music producers who might find it useful. Until next time, keep creating, stay inspired, and remember, it's all about the vibe. Take care and see you in the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Lofi Music Academy podcast. If you're ready to start making lo-fi music and want to go even deeper, grab your free guide. Discover the 6 essential steps to create a release-ready lo-fi track from scratch. Whether you're using budget gear in your bedroom or a small home studio, this guide will help you get that polished, dreamy lo-fi sound you're after. Just go to www.lofimusicacademy.com. Until next time, keep creating those laid-back vibes, and don't forget to subscribe for more lo-fi tips and tricks.